in Queens, New York. Now, I have to tell you, this is where I grew up. I grew up in Queens, New York. More than 60% of these violent crimes are at the hands of illegal migrants. I mean, they're staggering statistics. And I'm no longer shaking my head. I'm holding it. I'm worried. Just the other day, a very close friend was the victim of a push-in home invasion in a neighborhood 5 minutes from where I live right now. His mother-in-law was home, and thankfully, she wasn't hurt, but they literally scared the bejesus out of her. They locked her in a room while they ransacked the entire house, stole well over $100,000 of personal possessions, from his wife's expensive Chanel bags to jewelry and so on. Now, these are nice neighborhoods that we're talking about. Historically, we enjoyed extremely low crime. Now, my neighbors are afraid to let their teenagers out past dark. They don't want their wives walking alone, their elderly parents to be home at all alone anymore. Between the scams and the home invasions, people that work their entire lives to buy a home in a safe community are finding themselves unable to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And worse, they need to be in a constant state of worry for their family members and their own safety. Now, again, I would argue that if you don't feel safe, you can't enjoy anything around you, just like without your health, you don't have anything. But I'm not sure the Democrats have figured this out, because the Harris campaign is out there on the trail talking about how they're going to make life a lot better, how the economy is turning around. She's going to lower prices. She's going to build a wall, by the way, on the southern border, and how she's going to support fracking. I'm not sure I'd put any stock at all in any of that, since it seems to me that it's totally belied by her very long history as a radical California progressive. I mean, just take a look at her own home state of California. They're at the forefront of retail business closures due to out-of-control shoplifting. Why? They don't prosecute that as a crime. Not to mention they have the tent cities with vagrants getting high, living on the streets. This is the same state, by the way, that wants to reward illegal immigrants, migrants, if you will, with $150,000 to buy a home and provide them health care. Now, Harris isn't the only problem, by the way. Sure, she's about as dangerously liberal as they come, but her running mate, Governor Walz, he's even worse. Yeah, I'm shaking my head again. Just when you think it can't get any worse, an illegal migrant gang takes over another building, and Democrats, they go further to the left than socialist Bernie Sanders. Tim Walz, who's lied constantly about serving in combat, is in for everything you can think of for migrants. Providing health care, housing, you name it, he's in. And sure, I know he wants to put tampons in boys' bathrooms, but that isn't even the half of it. This guy let the city, Minneapolis, his city, burn during George Floyd riots instead of calling the National Guard and stopping those criminals. Lest we forget, Kamala Harris then asked people to donate to bail out the few that were arrested in cities across America that were rioting, brutally beating people, destroying, looting businesses, government buildings, you name it. Bottom line, I don't think anyone can enjoy their lives and feel good about the future for their families if they're consumed with fear because crime's running amok throughout their city or town. How could you look to a better future when violent illegal migrant gangs are threatening your mere existence? How do you feel good about the home and neighborhood you live in when you're constantly concerned you'll be the next victim of a home invasion or other violent crime? So radical Kamala Harris and socialist Tim Walz, they can sing whatever song of a brighter future all they want. What voters need to do is open their eyes and look at what their failed liberal agenda is doing right in front of them right now. Kamala Harris has been the VP in charge of the border for almost 4 years. And she supported Biden's failed policies from day one. So she was either lying then when she said she was the last one in the room with him making those horrible decisions, by the way, like the horrific withdrawal of Afghanistan, that led to the death of 13 American soldiers. Or she's lying now, along with Tim Walz, who has no intention of closing our border, deporting these animals and migrant gangs, or combating crime running rampant across America. The reality is, if you're paying attention, you'll likely come to the conclusion that everything happening, from massive inflation to the migrant crime stemming from the open border, all lies at the feet of Kamala Harris and ultra-liberal governors like sanctuary states, Tim Walz. So spread the word and get out to vote, because Donald Trump is literally the only thing that I can see, the only way to turn this ship around. And we need it now.